Good morning. I-24 News Morning Edition on this January 18th. There you go. I mean, it's Amy Kaufman with my favorite bow tie of the week.
You like the red one.
I like the red ones. I do. I'm all for the red. Note to self. News you missed. Anything we need to know?
Let's start with let's go back to American politics. Yeah,
Please.
I mean, as opposed to the Democrats, where they're just starting to kind of really warm up and things are getting heated.
Yeah.
Republicans are way beyond that. They're just totally. It is very hot there in that Republican kitchen. People are still talking about that Republican debate that we had last Thursday, Thursday. Thank you where Trump and Cruz were sparring, particularly over something that Cruz said about New Yorkers and New York values. But here I just want to show you this headline, the last headline from NBC. There was a Tea Party convention in South Carolina, and Trump got booed by some conservative people in the crowd. Of course, everybody there is conservative when he attacks Ted Cruz. It just shows you, I think, how difficult it is to attack the darling of the Tea Party as well, Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
So even Trump gets booed in South Carolina when he attacks Ted Cruz. It's a good point. I think a red line that Trump might not want to cross in the future again when he wants to attack Cruz.
No, definitely.
But let's get back to the whole New York values thing. And I just want to remind our viewers what exactly was said, and let's show that clip.
This is what Ted Cruz said about New York as a half New Yorker.
Right.
Let's dissect this. Voila.
You know, I think most people know exactly what New York values are.
I am from New York.
Well, you're from New York, so you might not. But I promise you, in the state of South Carolina, they do. And listen, there are many, many wonderful, wonderful working men and women in the state of New York. But everyone understands that the values in New York City are socially liberal or pro-abortion or pro-gay marriage, focus around money and the media.
Ooh.
Okay. Now, of course, Yael, this made so many people, so many people very, very angry. And I think it was really epitomized by some of the New York Daily News front page covers. Let's see the first New York Daily News that came right after that debate. Drop Dead Ted. Hey, Cruz, you don't like New York values? Go back to Canada, look at the Statue of Liberty, flipping the bird to Ted Cruz.
I want to tell you because, I mean, for the sake of full disclosure, I was born in New York City.
Yes.
Okay? And at the end of the day, when they said don't mess with Texas, I remember that.
Yeah.
The New Yorkers' response was don't F bleep 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 with New York.
Fantastic.
Okay? Yeah.
Let's see the next New York Daily News cover, which is just this, They have this clip where they show slime doesn't pay that, but they show on top there, it's a memo. There's just hours after that debate, Ted Cruz sent an email to people asking in New York, asking New Yorkers for money. He says, I'm counting on you, New York. Can I ask you to make an urgent gift of at least $25, or if you can, make it more, $100 or $500? The audacity, or shall I say, the chutzpah of Cruz to do that. And let's see the last one. Just the 3 days in a row that the New York Daily News is going after Ted. Texas Ted's BS. Look at that. A wooden Pinocchio nose with a small maple leaf representing Canada, where, of course, he was born. Okay, so that's the New York Daily News. Now, a lot of people, and I think, tell me if you felt this as well, a lot of people, especially New York Jews, were asking, was Ted Cruz talking about Jews? Was this remark anti-Semitic? Here's something from Jezebel, from Joanna Rothkopf, and she was quoted. This woman was quoted all over the place. I want to show you what she wrote, because what she puts in parentheses is actually kind of what maybe Ted Cruz was thinking.
What he was really thinking.
Let's see it.
Okay, that's
there are many, many wonderful working, and she says white Christian, men and women in the state of New York, but everyone understands that the values in New York City are socially liberal, pro-abortion, pro-gay marriage, because black, Jewish, gay people live there, and focus on money, Jew, 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 and the media, Jew, Jew, Jew.
Yeah.
Is that what Cruz was saying, Yael? I'm not sure. Maybe it is.
I'm not sure. I don't know, Mommy, because you and I work in the media and we're Jewish.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
But I'll tell you who thinks that Joanna here, Rothkopf, is right. Saturday Night Live probably agrees with that, because Saturday Night Live, they're opening a mock debate that they took place, pretty much said that. Let's see how Saturday Night Live took a piece of Ted Cruz and how they focused on it.
And went through. Saturday Night Live, take it away.
Cruz, you suggested Mr. Trump embodies New York values. Could you explain what you mean by that?
I think most people know exactly what New York values are. And frankly, they are not the rest of the country's values. Instead of celebrating Christmas, New Yorkers celebrate a pagan holiday called Festivus. Instead of watching American football, they challenge each other to masturbation contests. In New York, people don't say hi to their neighbors. They say, "Hello, Newman."
Sounds like you're describing the TV show Seinfeld. Is that what you mean by New York values?
Believe me, if I could say liberal Jews, I would.
Ouch! Kadang. Thank you very
That
much.
was amazing. If he could say liberal Jews, I would. Yeah, he probably would have. But you know what's interesting? A man from the New Yorker, very popular pundit Adam Gopnik, says this was not anti-Semitic at all. Let's see what he says. But here it is. A ruthless opportunist is attacking New York without even throwing any shade at all at the Jews. For the first time in modern history, a right-wing opportunist has attacked New York values without being even subliminally anti-Semitic. Very interesting, taking a totally different take than most of what the media and social media, of course, which is pretty much blaming Ted Cruz
for being anti-Semitic. I think the hardest bit about New York is because it is all liberal, and you know what? Guess what? It's got a beautiful, beautiful cultural base of all faiths and religious and whatnot. And maybe they blame it for being so Jewish because of the bagel. I don't know.
Because of the bagel.
Because of the bagel.
Because of Zabar's.
Exactly. Okay,
on to totally different things, just quickly. Taiwan has changed its government. Tsai Ing-wen, I hope I pronounced that correctly, is the new president. She won. She beat Eric Cho, who's considered China-friendly.
Yeah.
And China is now warning Taiwan, because it's a bit of scared about its independence dreams. Said that Taiwan should abandon its hallucinations about pushing for independence, and any moves toward it would be a poison, as Chinese state-run media said after a landslide victory for this opposition.
Because the world did not have enough strife.
Right.
Ami, you're staying with me in studio. I'm locking you in as we move along to oddly enough, religion. There we go. Let's move along.